Honorable Union Minister for Sports, Dr. Mansukh-ji, respected delegates on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to stand here in front of you to speak something about unleashing the potential of entertainment and sports in Northeast. This morning I have done my own Google research about what Northeast is all about, the size of the Northeast. If you look at the population by 2011 census, the population of Northeast that time was 4.5 crore, out of which 3.1 are living in Assam, the rest in the other 7 states. So if you compare with the bigger states of India, for example, Odisha is 4.2 crore, or was. Andhra Pradesh was that time 4.9 crore population. So if you compare Northeast and Andhra Pradesh, in terms of population, Andhra Pradesh is a bigger state. If you look at the size of Northeast, according to the Google, which shows me that Northeast, it's 2,62,230 square kilometer. If you compare this with Uttar Pradesh, which is 2,43,000 square kilometer, slightly bigger than UP, but smaller than Maharashtra, which is 30 lakhs. Sorry, 7,713 kilometers. Such is the size of Northeast, yet we produce so many stars. And one is Mr. Baichung Bhutia here. If I have to go on the details of the kind of sports person which we have produced from Northeast, the list is endless. Now I have to speak as a politician in my ready-made speech. The theme of the session, Unleashing the Potential of Entertainment and Sports in the Northeast, is both timely and deeply significant. It aligns perfectly with the rich cultural heritage, vibrant talents, and immense opportunities in Northeast India. I serve as the Minister of Sports and Youth Services, as well as Employment and Skill Development and Labor. Now, when it comes to the sports, we feel that the potential there in Northeast is enormous. With a population of just over 1 million in a small state like Mizoram, in both size and population, we consistently produce national-level sports stars in different disciplines. The Northeast has always been a cradle of sporting excellence, representing only 3.7% of India's population. The region contributed 6.72% of India's contingent at the 2016 Rio Olympics. I spoke about the athletes, which I will not repeat it anymore. For Mizoram, sports and entertainment sectors are not merely economic opportunities. They are a part of our identity and our aspirations for the future. Mizoram is proud to be the first state in India which officially adopts sports and as industry. It is not just a symbolic decision, but a recognition of the critical role that sports plays in our society. In Mizoram, sports is not only a pastime, it is a way of life and a source of livelihood for many. The sports industry is not just about playing a game. It includes coaches, fitness trainers, sports science, sports equipment manufacturers, the event organizers, the media, the infrastructures, etc. Investing in sports means investing in growing sector with huge potential. Since 2014, in the Indian Super League, we have 229 Mizo footballers playing there, and more than 300 competed in the I-League. In the recently concluded Indian Super League, there were 37 Mizo footballers, which amount to around about 10% of the whole Indian players playing in the Indian Super League. We consistently have 4 to 5 Mizo players representing India in the international level. I'm sure that Baichung will be able to expand on this. And of course, our moderator, Sukhi, a very dear friend, who has been into football for many decades now. Hundreds of Mizo footballers have been recruited by the army and other services using their sports skill and stable livelihood. Our 2 football academies run by the state government consistently produce players of the national and international level. Beyond football, Mizoram has also made history in different arenas, in different sport disciplines, which I need not to mention it anymore. But what I can say proudly is that Mizoram, I believe, was the first state to hold a sports conclave at the national level with a theme of 2036 Olympics. Even before India officially bid for 2036 Olympics, last year, on the 13th and 14th of June, we organized what we call as, Mizoram Sports Conclave. The theme was 2036 Olympics. There was a rumor that India will officially bid for the Olympics, which they finally did after that. So we have a vision of the Mizoram, we have this vision of 2036 in Olympics. We want to produce as many as possible, in the Olympics representing the nation. I kept on repeating my word that India will be able to host the Olympics. India will be able to produce the best of infrastructures, there's no doubt about this. But the bigger question is, who is going to compete in these infrastructures for the Olympics? Is it the Chinese athletes and the American athletes? If you look at the last Olympic in Paris, it was embarrassing that we ended up with 0 gold medal. We have to invest in the human capacity. We have to invest in the human resources. We need to start doing now. Because a 10-year-old kid will become 21 by 2036. We need to really do the investment in the talent identification program and the human capacity building in sports. This is where Mizoram as a state would like to come in and would like to contribute. I am repeatedly in touch with our Honorable Sports Minister Mansukh regarding our vision for 2036 Olympics, in which he already helped us in giving us one sports infra project for this, but we are pushing for more. I take this opportunity for that. I have so many things listed down when it comes to music and the film industry, but I will not touch upon this because I'm not an expert in this area. We have our experts sitting here. When it comes to music, this morning also I mentioned about this in the tourism, sector, that Shillong claimed himself as the rock capital of India. Prime Minister Modi ji was talking about concert economy. The Coldplay, concert in Ahmedabad was very, very successful. Shillong has been consistently, organizing concert of such nature. I studied in Shillong, so I know about the rock culture and the music culture in Shillong. The Zero Festival in Arunachal Pradesh is huge, not to mention about the Hornbill and the other festivals in Sikkim and other states of, Northeast. So we have our experts sitting here. I don't need to touch into the music industry and the potential for film industry, what we can provide as a, a location for film shooting. One good Bollywood movie can change the whole, tourism prospect of Northeast. Look at Northeast, it's beautiful. In the video we have seen this. In the Bollywood movies, we have seen the Kashmirs and the Darjeelings. Now it's time to move into the Northeast. It's an immense opportunity to capture the film industry in Northeast by investing in infrastructure, such movie theaters, high-grade equipment, and film school. The government is willing, I hope the other government is also willing, to provide support including logistics and hospitality, local talent connections, and seamless permissions, ensuring a smooth experience for filmmakers and investors alike. Fashion is something which is near and dear to us. The textile, the hand-woven, our traditional wraparounds and the kind of clothing which are produced in Northeast, I can say with confidence are second to none. So, I invite all of you to come to Northeast and to see what are the potential of the youth of the Northeast when it comes to fashion and music industry. The Northeast is not a distant frontier, but India's gateway to Southeast Asia and the global market. Let us unlock the potential of entertainment and sports in Northeast and pave the way for the growth, unity, and excellence. Thank you, and may our partnership bring prosperity to the rising Northeast. Vikshit Northeast, Vikshit Bharat. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hmar, and popularly known as Tete in the sporting world. So thank you so much.